I mean, if you spoke to anyone who was alive in the British jazz scene, they'd go, well, Basil, yeah, it's a bit strange, that one. He's a bit nuts, Basil. They saw him as this person who was quite radical.
Inside his head, it was like a pinball machine. The ideas were jumping around.
He was intense at everything he did, really. I mean, he didn't do anything by halves.
The reason he was here was to make music, and make very original music that could inspire people and change their lives.
I knew one or two of Basil's tunes and really liked them, but didn't really know very much about him at all. So I started digging around and finding out more about what he'd done, and realised that, you know, a lot of the people that he'd worked with were still here in Hull, really. And we're always interested in, you know, an interesting story. And so we started looking further and realised that, you know, he'd done a lot of amazing work through his lifetime. And we started hearing more of that and liked everything that we heard. And so we thought, well, let's see where this goes, and came up with the idea of a film.
Basil had been through popular music, then into jazz, and then like the very top of jazz, you know, the really modern jazz, John Coltrane, and then gone beyond that. So, I mean, he was like a million miles from where I was in the musical appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a proper artist. He lived the life of an artist. For me, Basil Kirchin is one of the great lost British composers. It's as simple as that, really.
The music he wrote, the ideas he had, you know, were completely unique.
We took our idea for the film and really for a weekend of events to the 2017 team, and they were really excited by the whole thing.
The importance of Basil in Hull 2017 is a couple of things. So there's the telling of untold stories of this city to a wider public, and the story of Basil is a story that should be told and needs a place to be told, and this is a fantastic platform to do that. Basil is a sort of embodiment of that spirit of rebellion, experimentation, sort of boundary-breaking type artists that Hull is so good at producing.
I do think he was one of the most interesting thinkers. I think he'd got a genuinely original mind, and it took him to some places that nobody else had been.
In another time, at another place, in another, he could have been this enormous star, you know?
His ability to manifest his creativity in a variety of different sort of stylistic expressions and still sound like himself, that's I think at the heart of what makes him interesting and what makes him significant as a composer.
Experimentation like that really led to where we are now. So, and don't forget, Basil did a lot of work at Abbey Road and places like that. I wouldn't be at all surprised if a lot of the techniques that the Beatles used early hadn't come via Basil.
There's just been so much enthusiasm from the people who Basil worked with. All kinds of people from the jazz world, people from the kind of pop music world, and we've managed to get to those people because they're so enthusiastic about Basil that they wanted to be involved in the film.
The weekend festival has come about on two accounts. So it's kind of taking Basil's sort of legacy to a new audience, but then it's also about celebrating that type of artist who work on the fringes of sort of contemporary culture now, and bringing them all together in one place for a massive blowout of craziness. Everyone who's appearing at this weekend is personally invested into the project because of their love of the work of Basil. So it's a happy accident. It's turned out that Basil has been this open secret in music for decades, and now everyone feels it's time to sort of share that secret with the world.
It's a chance for Hull to sort of discover someone who really was influential nationally and internationally, and not only that, but his music is amazing, and the film is just filled with Basil's music.
Basil is a genuine pioneer in terms of sound creation, but then also the fact that a lot of his work is so beautiful and accessible and audience friendly. It's not all weird on the fringes stuff, you know, but that's what happens when you have a career as long as Basil's, and a music making career he's making right up to the end.
I kind of feel like it's a chance to put Basil back on the map with Hull people, but also for him to get the recognition that he deserves, because he's an amazing character and his music was fantastic.